Hey there guys, welcome back to Avelize. It's John,
Andrew,
and Mike.
We're back for our MarvelThon, the Road to Infinity War. So we're going to start with the first Avenger like we said, and basically just review it. I mean, I don't know how many people actually reviewed this movie when it first came out. Probably actually tons.
a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, let's just talk about our general thoughts for the movie, because it happened in, 1940?
Yeah, we just finished the movie 20 minutes ago. Starts in 1942, I believe.
Yes, yeah, like March of 1942. Whatever.
Literally during the war, and we just watched it literally. I mean, I hope none of this is spoilers for any of you guys. This movie's been out for 7 years.
Like
Sorry.
if you're waiting for Infinity War, you should have seen this. Like,
yeah, this is 2011. You should.
This is like 7 years ago.
2011.
Yeah,
7 years ago. So anyway, complete spoilers. I don't know if any of you do not want to see this, but that's not the case. Put us in our watch for later, and then join us back later on if you actually haven't seen the movie. But anyway, on to the full spoiler review. Basically, it's just talking about Captain America himself. We start seeing a scrawny Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
the origin story of
Brooklyn kid, basically
with
just, you know, with a big-ass head. Just always just getting messed up and kind of, you know, in the wrong situation with fights, not really encountering much people, and always a nerve-wracking type of person.
And then he's given the opportunity to become, you know, a super soldier by Stanley Tucci's character, who I don't remember his name right at the moment for some reason.
But the most important character, who, because he doesn't really completely matter, no offense, Howard Stark, who actually was there during the experiments. And started
he was
everything
the one that
up.
created
He created the experiment.
Yeah, I love Howard Stark in this movie. I mean, it's just like, he's a cool character.
We all have our own kind of favorite characters. Mine personally, in this movie, besides Steve Rogers himself, I love Bucky.
I agree with it. Bucky is like the secondary favorite of the movie.
So,
and I do like Red Skull. I think Red Skull is actually a good villain.
He's a great
Hey,
villain.
he's a good villain, don't get me wrong. I just didn't really...
Not the best, but...
I just don't enjoy him as much as other people. So everyone's like, oh, he's good, he's this and that. No,
I
enjoy like other villains a lot more. Like, we'll get into that, guys. If you guys are interested in us talking about villains and heroes, if you want to hear a top 10 list from each of us, you can definitely let us know down in the comments down below. But anyway, back onto the movie review. So, more about Captain America, besides being the super soldier program, we got to see him turn from a scrawny kid who was like, what, I want to say he was like 4'10",
Yeah,
and now he's like 6'3".
Yeah,
like,
he grew body mass. Like this boy was jacked. This boy got jacked.
He came out of there, bro, and he was like looking like he just lifted weights for like ever.
Yeah, Marvel definitely has some cool training stuff that they make their actors do or something.
But anyway, now we got this kid basically just doing what he has to do. And the only thing is, guys, is their opinion is a little bit different than mine. Is I enjoy this movie, I really do. I have problems with it, and my problems with it is it's boring most of the time. And my problem with it being some of the times that it's boring is, for one, I mean, yes, propaganda. It makes sense, but how necessary was that actually, going to be in the movie? It made sense for the plot, but it was completely unnecessary.
I think it's kind of just like a fun movie. You know, like I like World War II stuff naturally. So I mean, I think
everybody loves World War II.
I just like to have fun with it, and
it also makes it kind of historically accurate because propaganda in America for World War II was insane because of the whole Nazi regime and everyone,
I understand it, but they made Captain America look more like a joke, and then that's how he gets his name. And I was like, okay, I was like, that makes a little bit more sense. I was like, but still, it's a giant. Like, they're making it look more like a joke. I'm like, this is supposed to be a war hero, but not yet. And I'm like, we're looking at him, we're like, yo, he's just an actor. He's literally playing an actor as an actor.
Well, one thing I did agree with how did he get like his training?
Yeah.
We don't really,
so I talked about this before this review, by the way. He apparently, being the weak little kid he is before, he's saying, I can go all day, just getting his butt kicked. So we put the super soldier serum in him, comes out looking jacked. He can sprint, which that makes perfect sense, but now he knows how to fight almost instantaneously. They don't really explain that. Where does he get his training? Oh, wait, the boot camp that he kind of got kicked out of to get, the super soldier thing going on? No. So I call shenanigans on that. And on top of that, I like the idea that they kind of made it his original suit, so he kind of went into the full war effect, put on the jacket, got the whole old shield. I love that. I thought that was phenomenal, because that was everything that Captain America was in the very, very beginning. Yeah. Seeing him in that old kind of like deja vu type of thing when we were reading him, like when I was younger.
Yeah, I love when he's facing off against Red Skull, and when his thing was Bucky, they had a good friendship. I
So yeah, that's like the best parts of the film. I like when they rehash the beginning of it. He's like, He's like, I can keep going all day, and Red Skull is right in front of him. Same thing he said in the very beginning of the movie that he puts in the very end.
Yeah.
Like whoever wrote this film, I'm not saying they did a bad job. I'm saying they actually did really good.
I just kind of, you know, it's like I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Actually, 6.5 or a 7.
I give it a 6 actually. If I had to rate this movie, it'd definitely be a 6.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm pretty much like on your side.
6.5 to a 7.
Yeah, I give it the extra little bit because
I just have fun with it, honestly,
because of how important this movie is to
and
the rest of everything else.
And introduce the Tesseract too, and
which is the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
that's
right. Too.
Yeah, we should probably go.
Space Stone.
Yeah, the Space Stone. Yeah, Space Stone. What am I thinking of? The Aether? Whatever. Doesn't matter. The Space Stone, which is really cool because well, who cares? It's not spoilers anymore. With Red Skull going into space, he could come back, maybe.
I mean, I doubt they're going to do it, but it'd be awesome.
Totally going through all these movies makes you rethink about how Infinity War can play out. Because if he went into space with the Space Stone, that he could just come back out of nowhere during Infinity War. Be awesome. That'd be pretty.
That would be
that'd
awesome.
be pretty freaking cool seeing him.
I wish
pop
I
out of
really
nowhere
wish.
fighting with Thanos against the Avengers.
That's what I was thinking too. Because I mean, if he has a Space Stone, then that means he could probably connect with the person who was probably absorbed into it. He is in the space technically. So I mean, we can encounter all kinds of different things. I mean, I read a ton of books, and I mean, there's like Dark Avengers too. I mean, they can actually summon them out, and that's pretty.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But there's all kinds of different things they can do. We only seen the Space Stone, which is the what is it called? The Tesseract.
Yeah.
Tesseract,
So, and that's something they can honestly do. I mean, they had a pretty good villain, but we didn't know it was Red Skull in the very beginning. And only until he said the name, and then he ripped off his face.
Yeah.
So on top of that note, I mean, personally I didn't think he was all that great of a villain. I thought he was a good enough villain for Captain America to fight against because it was basically the leader of Hydra at that point. During the beginning of Hydra, when Hydra was going into a higher state.
And then Zola.
And then the top of that off, the little what's the midget's name?
Zola.
That's Zola. Okay.
Yeah,
I like him as a character. I thought he was actually really interesting.
Yeah, soon he will be a computer.
Soon he'll be greatness. Yeah.
So anyway, but that's not this video. So anyway, guys, there's not really too much we could say besides that Captain America was amazing. Well, I'm talking about the character, not the whole movie.
I enjoyed it. That's 6.5, 7 out of 10. It's just enjoyable.
I'm just telling you, they rated like a 7. I rated this 6. So I just think they could have added some other stuff. Like, I mean, there's like a giant chunk of it that was kind of boring.
Not one of the best, but it's not one of the worst either. It's kind of like,
it's not. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's just not the greatest film.
Yeah, there'll be a lot worse coming up.
But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video.
Yep.
Let
16
us know.
down. 16 more to go.
16 more to go. Hope you join us for all the videos. We're just going to be going through them all. We'll even do a Black Panther review. I know that came out like last week.
Yeah, by the time we're done with this, it'll be on DVD.
So
most likely, yeah.
Anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Definitely comment down below if you want to hear our top 10 list, like I mentioned before. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy everything we're doing. Hit the notification bell so you know when we're actually posting some videos. Also, join us for our next video. And that video is...
The next movie is Iron Man from 2008.
There you go.
The original.
Yeah.
Bringing back Tony Stark.
The one that started it all.
Join us for that video. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you then. Have a good one.